He makes a bunch of terrible takes with these movie-long videos, and he throws fits when people have lives and don't feel like sitting there for hours watching his videos. Like, just listening to a 12-minute video of his monotone voice made me want to delete YouTube and not make this video. But he makes entire feature-length films. And props to Colin, Arachne Youth, probably Spider-Man, because they actually watched this and had to edit it, so that's at least like 4 hours. And like usual, I won't lie to anyone watching. Am I doing this in hopes to increase views and subscribers? Yes. Is this my argument? No, not at all. And do I have any right to put myself in this argument? There's an argument for both sides. But I'm going to be speaking in general because I have more stuff to do than to break down like 6 hours worth of videos and tweets. He has a 12-hour response to a 3-hour response. How did you manage to quadruple the time? And it's a live stream, so that might have something to do with it. And they might be talking about something else. I didn't watch the video. You should kill you. What I do know is that he has a 2-hour video that started everything. And then another response that Colin responded to that was like 5 hours long. But most of my points in this video is going to be based off of what I can remember from the 2-hour video and this reasonably length video. I watched some of his other videos, but I just can't get through it all. It is too long. So like he says in this video and this Colin video, he usually just repeats himself, which is why these videos are so long. And he's a hypocrite too, because he excuses game mechanics and the fact that it's fiction for himself, but for nobody else. And he critiques the game in almost all of the videos for a game mechanic, because Spider-Man obviously is a video game, free world, you have a map. And because yellow pillars don't really just spawn in out of nowhere when you need to go somewhere, they put in a game mechanic where he uses police towers to try and make it at least make a little sense why he can do this, see all these pillars just come out of the ground. But apparently that's not good enough for SK, and he decides that this is police state Spider-Man. He's tracking people with these towers, which makes no sense because he has better things to do than to sit here and track people, like stop crimes and save people. Like, he takes these games too seriously, and he pulls problems out of thin air. And if you want a full breakdown of his video, you can go watch Colin's video. He does this way better than I can, or want to, because I have to do this in one day and I don't feel like sitting here for hours trying to watch Spider-Man hate videos. I could do that, but I don't feel like listening to him specifically. But going back to what I was saying, because Minecraft beacons don't really just spawn out of the ground, it's a game mechanic, obviously. And he even critiques non-game mechanics. Like, he critiques an Easter egg. It has nothing to do with the story. You can't interact with it, nothing. It's just there for you to look at. It's Sandman in a vial, but instead of seeing that, oh, it's an Easter egg for people that wanted Sandman to be in the game, but they didn't add him for whatever reason, he thinks he's being unnecessarily cruel.
Cruel way to punish Sandman.
I'm pretty sure Spider-Man wouldn't leave Sandman in a jar and then forget about him, because he's one of his biggest villains. It's just there to be cool. That's like me saying Spider-Man canonically kills because the suits in the game, they kill people. Like, no, it's just for people to look at. But the only time he takes it's just gameplay, or it's a game, or it's fiction as an argument is when it benefits him. And since he's being such a hypocrite, that's why these videos are this long. If he stopped being a hypocrite and actually made good arguments, these videos either wouldn't exist or it'd be cut drastically. Like, I'm talking hours off these videos. And him really being a hypocrite, this has nothing to do with Spider-Man anymore. This is just him being a Twitter user. Colin says Mary Jane is being irrational and emotional and is really dominant in women. Not like the way I said it, because that sounds out of pocket, but he says it as a joke.
But you would know that people tend to lash out in a fit of emotion at times, and or hold certain grudges when they are too stubborn to get over it in their current mindset. And also in real life, this is always apparent in girls most of the time.
So after Colin makes a joke about her being irrational because she's a girl, SK labels him as a sexist.
Really perpetuating negative stereotypes onto women to win a Spider-Man argument? Why are you describing it in a way that specifically applies to women? It's the same sexist argumentation used to defend MJ's character from Southpaw's Spider-Man 2 video.
But he just goes, oh, MJ's being mean. She's mad at Peter for saving her. That's not why she's mad. She's mad because Peter is treating her like a child.
Well, he says that, like, MJ is kind of being an asshole to Peter here, and yes, I will agree, she kind of is. But he also acts like this is the exact situation that was happening in the past every time. Like, we have no context on what was happening in the past, so I don't even know why you brought that up. And the reasoning she gives as to why she broke up with Peter is because he was treating her like a baby. Word for word what she said. We broke up because you wouldn't stop treating me like a baby all the time. Don't do this, MJ. Don't do that, MJ. A good example of someone who probably will relate to this, because if you have a parent, you probably have been through this. How many times have you said you're gonna go out somewhere or do something with your friends, and your parent has berated you about it, saying, oh, just be careful, or I don't really think I want you to do this, you're not allowed to go, something like that? Does or does does that not get annoying? So if Peter was always treating MJ like this, then yes, it would probably get annoying for her. But anyways, you're right. MJ shouldn't be lashing out on Peter like this, but people don't always do what you think they should be doing.
But if you made an actual good argument, then we wouldn't really be here. He regularly flips Colin's words around, takes them out of context, and uses them to label him as other things, instead of responding to his criticism. But with that aside, I'm not some out of control fanboy. If you want to critique Marvel Spider-Man, go ahead, but at least have good arguments instead of nitpicks and problems that literally just aren't in the game. It's a reason people are responding to you and not everyone else making Spider-Man content. Because even though it doesn't seem like it, because I already made an Across the Spider-Verse video and I'm going to make another one talking about Miles again, it's not because I hate Across the Spider-Verse, it's because I love Across the Spider-Verse. I'm even making a Marvel Spider-Man 2 video, what should be in the game and what shouldn't be, because I like the game. And you should be able to call things out about things that you like, because if you do really like them, then you can tell what's bad, what shouldn't be there, and what's good, and what should be added. But no, Colin treats Across the Spider-Verse like it's the best film and everything else is f***ing garbage. If you couldn't tell by his profile picture on Twitter and him arguing with someone. But that has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Because I like something, I'm able to call it out. Just like I think, oh, haha, Spider-Man should be killing the people. This makes no sense. But SK takes this as Spider-Man's killing people and they're lying about it. Why would they lie about it? Like, it makes no sense. He says in this video, if Spider-Man did something that should kill somebody, and then the story says no one died, then that makes no sense and they still died anyway. That's literally not how that works. They say they aren't dead, then they aren't dead. No one died.
Rudder's unresponsive. Brace for impact. Helix 2 going down. Helix 2 is going down. Brace, brace, brace. Helix 2 is down. No casualties.
Sewer grates are like 50 pounds and Spider-Man easily slams them on people. Or you can say he slams other people on the people. And we don't see any long-lasting damage. As a matter of fact, they even get back up and keep fighting after you do this. You know why? Because it's supposed to be cool, supposed to be fun, supposed to be entertaining. They're selling the game. They can't have a non-violent Spider-Man. That would be lame. No one would buy the game. Like in one scene that he talks about, he swings down and kicks a demon in the chest. I think that's pretty entertaining. And clearly, they thought so too if it's still in the game. And the game won Game of the Year. It's for spectacle. You're supposed to be able to look at it and be like, wow, and keep playing the game. Not make a 2-hour response video nitpicking small little details like Spider-Man kicking someone out of a car. He kicked them out of moving car, that's it. They're gone. They literally disappear. You're not supposed to pay attention to this. But says, oh, well, he kills them. That's a game mechanic. It's not actual gameplay, but it's a game mechanic. And like I said, game mechanics is fiction, doesn't apply to anyone except for some reason. And he goes, oh, well, technically a normal person couldn't survive this. Of course they couldn't. It's supposed to be entertaining. No one wants to watch Cop Simulator featuring Spider-Man where he swings down and arrests people instead of punching them. That's not fun.
I do not want to have to use escalated force, but I will if necessary. Put your hands behind your back. You are not being arrested. You are being detained until I further see where the situation's about.
And the main reason this argument shouldn't even exist is because it's canon in literally almost every Spider-Man that he holds back. And Insomniac Spider-Man is no exception. He literally swings rockets at people and webs them up so they don't do too much damage. Or, you know, blow them up. They made sure you would be able to know that he is non-lethal. He doesn't go out of his way to kill people. But no, he doesn't take that. He says Spider-Man is randomly just endangering people. Sure, there is an argument for Spider-Man endangering people on accident and being reckless, but he frames it as he just sits there and watches people die. Like at the beginning of the game, right after a cutscene, you can't do anything. You swing down to where the cops are, where they're about to arrest Fisk. They're getting shot at. He says Peter's letting these people die. This is a cutscene. He doesn't let them die. He takes their guns and starts fighting. and decides, nope, he's sitting there and watching these cops get shot at. Again, I'm just repeating myself. It's supposed to be entertaining, and he's acting like these cops actually died. Like I said, Spider-Man comes down and stops him from killing the cops. But that's all I have to say. If you want a more in-depth breakdown, go watch Colin's videos and arachnid use. He doesn't really go in depth like Colin does, but he does talk about some things Colin doesn't. Someone needs to take his microphone and delete his channel. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's just talking just to talk and hear his own voice at this point.